Imagine a country where owning a car is more expensive than owning a house, where the average cost of a car is more than twice the global average. A country where you have to bid for the right to buy a car, and the price of that right can fluctuate wildly from month to month. Imagine a country where owning a car is often seen as a status symbol rather than a practical means of transportation. That country is Singapore. The tiny island nation known for its modern skyline and bustling streets, the cost of owning a car is an astronomical 5 times higher than in the United States. To put that into perspective, a buyer must bid for a certificate that now costs $106,000, equivalent to 4 Toyota Camry hybrids, as a post-pandemic recovery has driven up the cost of the city-state's vehicle quota system to all-time highs. But what creates this phenomenon? Why is it almost impossible to own a car in Singapore? In this video, we will tell you about why Singapore is the most expensive country to own a car, and if you stick around till the end, we'll tell you why this might actually be a good thing. Welcome to another project. In the not-so-distant past, Singapore was a small island struggling for survival. But fast forward to today, and you'll find a bustling metropolis that's a shining example of modernization. The Singaporean journey from a tiny, resource-scarce nation to a global economic powerhouse is nothing short of remarkable. It all began with visionary leaders who transformed the city-state into a beacon of progress. Singapore embraced industrialization, invested heavily in education, and welcomed foreign investments with open arms. However, this rapid modernization came at a cost, quite literally. As Singaporeans zoomed into the future, the streets filled not only with high-tech marvels, but also with a sea of cars. The government, in its quest to control congestion and maintain environmental sustainability, imposed hefty taxes and fees on car ownership. The result? Singapore earned the notorious reputation for having one of the highest car ownership costs in the world. Owning a car in Singapore is a significant financial undertaking that requires careful consideration. It's not just about the initial car purchase price, it's about the ongoing costs associated with vehicle ownership. In addition to the base price of the car, there are various taxes and registration fees to be paid. However, the most substantial cost is the Certificate of Entitlement, COE, which is essentially a permit to own a car in Singapore. This coveted certificate is limited in supply and is auctioned off regularly, making it a major expense. In Singapore, the Certificate of Entitlement, COE, plays a pivotal role in shaping the automotive landscape by serving as a government-controlled mechanism to manage the quantity of vehicles on the road. This exclusive certificate grants individuals the privilege of vehicle ownership for a period of 10 years, rendering it a highly coveted asset. Picture it as a rare and sought-after limited edition item. Demand is high, but the supply is limited, making the COE a significant driver in determining car prices in the country. As demand for these certificates rises, so does their price. It's basic supply and demand, but with a twist, this twist being a system that can make the difference between affording your dream car or watching it speed away into the horizon. So, in essence, the COE system inflates car prices to levels that can leave even the most seasoned financial planners scratching their heads. It's not just about the cost of the car itself, it's about securing the right to own one in the first place. Now you're probably wondering, how do people get around in Singapore? Singapore, a city where the skyline is a testament to meticulous city design, has earned its reputation as a marvel of urban efficiency. In the mid-20th century, when Singapore gained independence, urban planners embarked on a mission to transform the city-state into a modern metropolis. The result? An intricate network of roads, public spaces, and an efficient public transportation system that rivals the best in the world. So, as we explore the challenges of car ownership, let's not forget the impressive tapestry of urban planning that makes Singapore the city it is today. Its public transportation system isn't just an alternative. It's a well-oiled machine that keeps the city moving. Imagine this. You step out of your home, stroll a few minutes to a bus stop, and hop onto a bus that seamlessly connects you to every corner of the city. No struggling to find parking, no stressing about fuel prices. Singapore's extensive bus network isn't just about convenience, it's about accessibility for everyone. And then there's the MRT, the Mass Rapid Transit System, the backbone of Singapore's public transportation. Picture yourself gliding through the city underground, avoiding the hustle and bustle above. The MRT isn't just a train, It's a time-saving, stress-free journey that allows you to sit back, relax, and maybe catch up on that book you've been meaning to read. While owning a car in Singapore might burn a hole in your pocket, hopping on a bus or train is not only economical but also eco-friendly. Singapore's commitment to sustainability is evident in its public transportation system, reducing the carbon footprint and contributing to a cleaner, greener city. But Singapore is not the only country with exorbitant car ownership prices. Before we continue, if you're enjoying this video, consider leaving a like, share, and subscribing below. It goes a long way in supporting the channel. Several other countries around the world also share the burden of expensive car ownership. For example, Japan, a nation known for its technological prowess and automotive innovation, paradoxically places a significant financial burden on those aspiring to own a car. The Japanese government imposes high taxes, stringent emission standards, and mandatory vehicle inspections, making the cost of car ownership soar. Additionally, parking fees in urban centers like Tokyo can be astronomical, and the scarcity of parking spaces further amplifies the expense. The land of the rising sun may offer cutting-edge vehicles, but the financial sun rarely sets on the expenses associated with car ownership. Norway, on the other hand, has become a symbol of sustainability with its commitment to electric vehicles, EVs. Owning a car in this Scandinavian paradise still demands a considerable financial commitment. The Norwegian government imposes hefty taxes on both traditional and electric vehicles, and while EVs are exempt from some charges, the overall cost remains steep. The allure of eco-friendly transportation comes with a price that, for many Norwegians, can be as chilling as their winter temperatures. In the vast expanse of Australia, where the open road beckons, owning a car can be a costly affair. High fuel prices, insurance premiums, and maintenance expenses contribute to the financial strain. Moreover, the vast distances between cities and towns lead to increased fuel consumption, making the ownership of fuel-efficient cars a necessity rather than a luxury. Australians may have endless roads to explore, but the toll on their wallets is a reality they cannot escape. In the realm of automobiles, Singapore's sky-high car ownership costs might seem like a daunting roadblock for many aspiring drivers. However, behind the hefty price tags and stringent regulations lies a unique silver lining, a blessing in disguise. The exorbitant fees for owning a car in Singapore, often criticized for putting the brakes on individual mobility, play a crucial role in shaping a sustainable urban environment. The city-state's limited land space and a commitment to efficient public transportation are the driving forces behind these high costs. While it might sting the pocket, it inadvertently encourages a collective shift towards alternative modes of transport, such as buses and trains. Moreover, Singapore's focus on curbing congestion and reducing emissions through high taxes on car ownership aligns with global efforts to combat climate change. The seemingly excessive financial burden becomes a necessary tool in steering the population toward greener and more environmentally friendly choices. In essence, the expensive nature of car ownership in Singapore serves as a catalyst for a broader, more sustainable vision. It encourages a mindset shift towards shared mobility and public transport, contributing to a greener and more efficient urban landscape. So, while the road to car ownership in Singapore may be a pricey one, it also paves the way for a future where mobility is not only personal, but also collectively responsible. In the end, the high costs become a navigation guide towards a more sustainable and eco-conscious journey for all. If you'd like to learn more about Italy's $1 homes, click here, and you can click here to know more about China's EV graveyard. Until next time,